what's up, YouTube? Heretic here.
Meow.
That's Mari. Yeah, she apparently only talks to cat right now.
Meow.
So we're just chilling out here. We didn't really have anything deck-wise to record for you guys right now, unfortunately, because I've covered like all the meta decks. So maybe we'll have like an impossible challenge or something coming up here soon. I do have one deck that's already recorded. It's a variant of something we've looked at that'll be going up here soon. My recent Facebook profile picture is a clue. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we got some news between last night and today about the Sun and Moon base set, the Japanese versions of it leaking onto the internet. Of course, that being released by the end of this week. So we're going to go ahead and go to Pokebeach here, and we're going to take a look at it. So let's see, Andrew Mahone's article, check that out. And here we go. Collection Sun and Moon sets leaking. All right. Woohoo! All right, so let's crack a drink. Celebrate, yo. Red's Apple Ale, official drink of the night.
Dink. Would you like to enjoy your Reds?
I would. Alright. So, anyway. Some of the lower stages on a lot of these haven't been revealed yet, but
Let's get it over.
if any of these actually do end up...
Yeah.
Yeah. The darn thing. If any of these do end up being noteworthy, I'll be sure to put a follow-up on here. So
I highly doubt it, though.
This first card it looks like we're going to look at is Serena.
Not to be mistaken for...
Serena Radu.
Yeah.
If you catch one of these things in the video game, though, you have to name it Serena Radu, take a picture of it, and tag her on Facebook. Just get like 25 people to do it at the same time. It'd be amazing. So anyway, we're going to get an image of the card here on the screen.
She's like, girl, please.
Yeah, I know, right?
Talk to the hand.
Because the face don't want to hear it. Alright, so 140 HP. She is a stage 2. But anyway, that's kind of a theme. You're going to see a lot of that here. So she has an ability called Queenly Majesty, which once during your turn before you're attacked, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may look at your opponent's hand and discard one. Oh wow. And discard one card. Okay. So on its own, that probably doesn't seem that powerful. The problem I'm seeing immediately when I look at this is the typing and the fact that the two above stages are right above her, which means the entire line is grass, and that means that Forest of Giant Plants is a thing.
You can use Vileplume, lock out their trainers, use that to get rid of any supporters in their hand and just completely screw them over.
I mean, if you manage to pull that many stage 2s off on turn 1 without burning through your whole deck, you deserve to win.
Exactly.
That said, I mean, the other thing that's hitting me right now is expanded format, where you have stuff like Super Scoop Up and, you know, De-Evolution Spray obviously is in both formats. You have AZ, you have, like, all this stuff that can bounce them right back to your hand. You could create a giant loop with this thing.
Much less degree, obviously. I'm not as smart as everyone else, so
see where you're
I'm
going
throwing
with
out a Houndoom and also Buniri because they also have mill potential.
Off the top of the deck, yeah. And I mean, if you're discarding their hand and then milling out the top of their deck, given that this is an ability and not an attack and can work from the bench, that's a nifty little combo, because Bundlebee could also be used to send like Super Scoop Ups and stuff back into your deck here, so that you could just continue to re-evolve these things. I mean, so yeah, honestly, I mean, the standard concept with Vileplume is cute, but I really, expanded is what hit me as soon as I read that. I was like, oh boy, here we go again. And it's interesting that we should bring up a giant loop stage 2 Forest of Giant Plants deck concept with this first card, because we are going to have another card much later on in this video that we're going to have a very similar concept with. But that's not going to be for a while. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and get to the next card here. Oh!
Growl, growl!
Well, we don't know what the Growlithe does yet, but we do have a gorgeous Arcanine card here.
You're so pretty.
So, this thing, it looks like it's just a piece of muscle. It's got a 3 energy attack for 60, and it burns them. So they're bringing Burn back. That's something that I remember reading.
Baby, burn.
They're bringing Burn back into the game and changing what it does. For those of you guys who haven't heard, Burn now no longer requires the coin flip to place the 2 damage counters. It places them automatically in between after each player's turn. However, when the damage counters are placed, you then flip a coin, and if it's heads, your Pokemon is no longer burned, to make up for the fact that it would otherwise be basically super poison.
Yeah.
So, That's a fun little concept. I mean, honestly, they could have just made it not even do damage and just do the other effect from the game where, like, reduces their damage output by like 10 or 20 damage, I guess they could do. Don't want to do anything too drastic. It would be kind of silly.
No, Arcanine deserves it.
And too bad he's not blue.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, how cool would a blue Arcanine have been for the shiny form? This one thought of that a couple years back. Oh my god. Okay, and then the second attack anyway, Firestorm. We got 4 energies here, 190 damage. Okay, discarding 3 fire from itself. So it's like a power crept version of the Blaine's Arcanine that did 120 for pretty much the same cost and the same effect. I mean, if it's any addition to this card, Arcanine Break is coming out right before the set. It's coming out in January here in the States, so that gives it a Break evolution that's like a slightly weaker Mega Manectric. So that's something you might be able to work with it. I don't know. Just an idea. Anyway, so that's our K9.
Apparently there's like 5 missing here.
Oh, it's Growlithe. Oh, yeah.
Well, no, because it goes number
6,
10
7,
Arcanine,
8, and then it goes 9, 10. But you have, you have 1 through 5, yeah. And then it goes all the way up to 16, our next card, Lapras GX. We hit our first Pokemon GX, who apparently doesn't have a very high-res photo right now.
Make it big.
I don't think I can.
Oh.
No.
It's pretty.
It's like,
look at it.
Yeah, like just full screen or something. You can see it or go check it out on Pokebeach. It's a pretty nice looking card. So 190 HP. No, it just seems too peaceful. But that red in the background, yeah. So 190 HP. We got Collect for 1 water, which is draw 3 cards. Okay. Blizzard Burn for 3 water does 160. Can't attack next turn. Well, there's 1,000 ways around that.
Yeah.
Fighting Fury Belt and you're hitting the 170, which apparently isn't going to be such a magic number anymore. And Ice Beam GX. Okay, so they just made Ice Beam into a GX attack. 100 damage and auto paralysis. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, GX attacks, you can only use 1 GX attack per game. So for that reason, I don't have a problem with this auto paralyzing, because you're only going to do it once per game. Doesn't matter how many of these things you play.
I can't say that I like that attack, though.
No, I think that's...
because you only get to use it one
Exactly.
time.
I think that even though you're getting the best status effect in the game guaranteed, I think nowadays there's a lot more outs to it than there were back when Excelgor was really dominant.
I mean, heck, there's an out later on the list, too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's so many of them, you know, and a lot of people, especially even teching out Olympia now, so you could even try to Vileplume and you still would whiff the lock if they Olympiad. I mean, or just evolving. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that, but we'll see if some of the GX cards get better down the list. We do have a Crobat line here, which looks like we only have the actual Crobat. It'll actually give us a legal Crobat to play with that Crobat Break card we're going to get along with Arcanine Break. 130 HP.
No Sneaky Bite.
No retreat. Yeah, no ability. You're going to notice that right away. Triple Poison for 1 Psychic. 3 damage counters per in-between turns auto Poison. I feel like we've seen something similar to that before on
Wasn't
the
it like Toxicroak or something?
Toxicroak did it. Yeah, it did triple poison for a double colorless. And then the old Plasma Crobat, if anyone remembers that, had like some 60 damage attack or whatever, and it did 40 poison, I think, or maybe it was the other way around. I don't remember. It did something ridiculous. I think it was like 40 and 30 poison. You drop Verbank and they take 60 poison damage. Crobat Kid tried to play it for a little while, and he ditched it. It's a stage 2 line, so it doesn't really work too well. Second attack does 60 for 3, and if this Pokemon was on your bench, it became active this turn, so it doubles to 120. I mean, we've seen attacks like that before. The only one that sees any play is Scissor EX.
Yeah.
That's just because it's Mega Scissor.
I think the first attack is pretty good. I just don't think it's going to see play.
I think the fact that it's a stage 2 is going to discourage people from playing it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, yeah, Triple Poison is good. It's just...
Can't really think of a deck off the top of my head that it would really fit in right now.
No, I mean, the Break evolution essentially does deck and cover, like Excelgor did, but it's a stage 3, so I really can't see... That doesn't seem like it would fit like Excelgor did. We got Espeon GX, better tell Avery. It's one of our friends. He's a huge Espeon fan. So we have we'll see our first evolution GX here. Now this is something that they're doing with the GXs. Obviously Lapras was a basic, just like the promo Snorlax, because they are basic Pokemon even when they're regular form. GXs, unlike EXs, if they're evolutions, or if they would be evolutions, they're not making them into basics now for their 2 prize form. So this still evolves from a regular Eevee. There's no Eevee GX or anything. It's just a regular Eevee into Espeon GX, which that's a massive HP bump, 200 hit points. So 1 retreat is pretty manageable. Psybeam does 30 for 1 Psychic, confuses. Psychic for a Psychic and 2 colorless. 60 plus 30 more damage for each energy card attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. It's like a
decent.
Diet Psychic Infinity, I guess. It's really not bad. I mean, I certainly don't think it's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then Division GX for a Psychic and 2 colorless. Place 10 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. Oh my god!
I like it.
Wow.
I like it.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I would love to see someone make this sucker work in some manner. This is cool.
I believe in you, Espeon.
I like this one. I'm curious to see this work. Low key, what about this with that other GX card that we have that goes with Forest of Giant Plants that I haven't talked about yet? You know, the one that has the Turbo Turn 1 deck?
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Oh, we'll get back to it later. I've already got a list on that card, but I don't know. I might have to change it after seeing the rest of the set. Alright, so Mariani, Toxapex. Okay. I've seen this thing in the game a few times. It has rough skin in the games. I don't like it.
All
right.
He's raising the roof, man.
Oh, yeah, he is. So, it's like opening the dome up. So, this guy has 110 HP Psychic type, stage 1. And let's see. Ability is Toxic Spikes. So as long as this Pokemon is in play... Oh, wow. So it doesn't even have to be active. Whenever your opponent's active Pokemon retreats, the new active Pokemon becomes poisoned. I really wish it was whenever they switched, but...
I do like that since it's
not
stage
bad.
1.
Yeah, I mean, it's not... like it works from the bench, which is cool. In Expanded, you could play Verbank City Gym to get the extra damage off that, and then... I guess if they brought up something that you didn't want to be able to retreat, you could put the Dragalge down that prevents poisoned things from retreating. But then you wouldn't get the ability again. You just trap them in the active. And it only works on retreating. However, this attack kind of goes with it. Venoshock for a Psychic and 2 colorless, 50 damage plus if your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, a la the ability, or a Hypnotoxic Laser. This attack does 50 more damage, so you get 100 for 3. If they're poisoned. I mean, it's a nice little concept to put the 2 together, but I don't think it really does enough damage.
No, again, I'm pretty sure it's something that won't get played, but it's pretty nifty.
I think it works more as a bench sitter. I don't think the attack is rewarding enough, really. I remember there was a Whirlipede, I think. The butthole Pokemon, for those of you guys who are wondering. The thing literally looks like a butthole. But there was a Whirlipede that had a 1 Psychic Energy attack, like way back in the early Black and White. It did 10 plus 60 more if they were poisoned. So if you played Laser and Verbank, you actually one-shot like Mewtwo EX or Deoxys EX back in the day. But no one ever played it, so it didn't really matter.
You tried killing Deoxys with it.
I succeeded a couple of times.
You did?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Alright, so we got Cosmog.
Get in the bag,
Get in the bag!
That's a bad Cosmog.
Alright, so, we pretty much, if you guys haven't seen the spoilers on this yet, you're going to use this to evolve into Lunala and Solgaleo GX. That's the extent of its use. So it has Collect Dust, which should really just be Get in the Bag. But it puts a card in the bag, I guess. You draw a card for a colorless or nothing if you have a Dimension Valley. And then we have Cosmoem, which does a colorless, it's just a switch. Teleport, which I guess makes up for its 3 retreat.
Yeah, I was about to say, I guess it's nice in case you get
Lysandered
into the active, but I mean, if all you need is 1 colorless, why would you Lysander it unless you're...
I feel like if it gets Lysander, they're gonna kill it on the spot so that it doesn't evolve one more time. You're probably gonna rare candy into the legendaries. Okay, so and 60 and 90 HP on those 2. So we got Alolan Meowth,
which is nothing.
Free. It's a free attack. I mean, that's cool, but it's just flip 3 coins, 10 damage times the number it has. Is the Persian? Oh, we don't know. We don't know what the Persian does.
Doesn't matter. I hate Alolan Persian.
Yeah, its face looks like a waffle.
Crocodile. So we're missing the other 2.
Yeah, we don't. It looks like the other 2 are going to be fighting types because this is. Otherwise, I think they would be listed here. Although there are some empty spots there. So,
yeah.
let's see. We got Accusation for 20 plus, 20 more times the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Really nice double colorless attack.
But again, I don't know if it's worth a stage 2.
I feel like people would play around it way too easily. They would just play their card. Like, I mean, sure, you could have the threat of Delinquent looming and they'd have to hold 4 cards in their hand or just play everything. And then you could hit for, what, if they hold 4, you hit them for 100, but you could do 100 damage with a lot of things that aren't stage 2s.
It's really only nice for someone who just did a big chorus or something like that.
I can see that. But it's a stage 2, they would see it coming.
Why run a stage 2 for that?
Why would you, if you saw a Sandile sitting on the bench, why would you chorus for like 10 plus and then just hold on to them all? Yeah. That just seems silly. And then we got, was it Dark Fang here, 120 for Dark colorless. Before doing damage, discard all Pokemon tools attached to your opponent's active Pokemon.
That reminded me of Duck Goose.
It kind of did. All right, so I think this card's trash. It looks cool, but I think it's trash.
It's a pretty boring pose.
So we got Alolan Dugtrio here. So we got
such fab hair.
We got 3 brown lumps sticking up out of the ground with Donald Trump wigs.
Now one of them's got a bowl cut.
Fair enough.
And one of them has like a Finn from Adventure Time hair, just long, luscious blonde locks. I'm kind of jealous.
Getting lessons in hairstyles here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so its ability is tangled hair. There you go. As long as this Pokemon is in play, the defending Pokemon's retreat cost is colorless more. We've seen this a few times. It's never really been prominent.
You know what I get pictured in my mind when I hear tangled hair? Obviously, they have to get tangled up in their hair, right?
God.
So this is what I imagine. It's just a Diglett coming up and going...
Okay, I thought you were going to say something completely different. Except it has to be part of the Dugtrio because the Diglett just has a little, like, tiny little sprout thing on its head.
It takes effort to grow locks like that, man.
Fun fact, looking at the kanji here, you can tell... It's actually, because it's smaller lettering here before this is obviously where it says Dugtrio, it says Alolan here, or Alola. So that means you could actually run 8 Dugtrios in your deck. 4 regular ones and 4 Alolans. But they have to evolve specifically.
Let's do it.
So, I'm guessing like Marowak, for example, probably just evolves from a regular Cubone because there is no Alolan Marowak. Same goes for Executor. Really hope Alolan Executor gets a GX. It'd be so cool. Trolliest Alolan Pokemon there is. Anyway, this attack here, let's see. We got 3 colorless for Dig Under. Does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon not affect... I mean... Yeah, I think that's terrible. Like, if it did 50 to 2 things, I think it would be cool, but... Like, I get what they're trying to do. You lock their retreat cost in higher, and then you just hit them for Snipe. But then they play a Floatstone, and this all of a sudden doesn't matter. Their retreat is still 0.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, well this next card, I think we've all seen this one once or twice. They kind of teased us with it. It's so Solgaleo GX. So if you're playing if you're playing Nebby, and it's not getting in the bag quickly enough, you're probably trying to get this guy out. So this one or Lunala. So Solgaleo GX has a massive 250 hit points. That's Wailord material going on right there.
Wailord.
Yeah, Wailord's not special anymore. The Wailord is a basic. This guy's a stage 2. But what do we got here? We got ability Ultra Road, which I already know this one. Once during your turn before your attack, you may switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. This is like Keldeo or Zoroark on steroids.
Yeah, it's better because you don't have to rely on a float.
Yeah, you don't even got to bring this guy into the active. You bring whatever you want, you know. And I feel like slower decks, once they set up, can definitely take advantage of this, even as a thin line. Especially when the format eventually shifts away from fast, hard-hitting Pokemon EX and stuff like that. Which could be as soon as next fall when we lose Shaman, Hoopa, and all that, you know, all those things.
Yeah.
Because even though there's still EXs and Megas in the format, I don't think they'll be nearly as fast or as deadly as, you know, as they are right now. Like, Volcanion is maybe the only one that could stick around. And really pressure that quickly. So then we got 2 attacks. We got Sunsteel Strike for 2 metal and a colorless, which for only 3 energy does a massive 230 damage. Mind you,
that is not its GX.
No. So you can do this as many times per game as you want. So bust out your Bronzongs if you're playing Expanded. If you're playing Standard, just do whatever. You know what? If you can get 3 energy on this thing repeatedly, like, you're one-shotting. I mean, you're not one-shotting another one of him, unless you Giovanni, but you're one-shotting almost everything. So even if you're discard, you could, we'll get to that in a little bit. You're discarding all those 3 energy, but we don't really care because you're taking hopefully a very important knockout and not using that on some worthless 30 HP.
Kill and execute with it.
Yeah, we have Sky Return for that. However, the one downside is that Solgaleo GX's only damaging attack, because it has a crazy GX attack in the form of Sol Burst, which allows you to search your deck for up to 5 energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon however you like. Now, unless this translation is missing a word, this specifies just 5 energy. This does not say basic energy either.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some double dragons.
Yeah, we're gonna get our deuces. Yeah, we're gonna get our double colorless out of the deck and pull some shield energies, buff this guy up a little bit because 250 ain't enough.
No.
Good God.
More.
All of the HP, all of the defense. All right, so Solgaleo GX, yeah, he's a beast. God damn. Deal with it. Okay, so we drop quite considerably from such a massive Pokemon to a 60 HP stage 1. Ribombee, the evolved form of Cutiefly, has an ability called Healing Pollen. Let's see, you can use this ability once per turn. Heal 20 damage from one of your Pokemon. That's actually not bad. It's better than Jinx, but it is on a stage 1.
I was about to say, I kind of wish it were a basic, but...
I mean, if Cutiefly... I mean, even Ribombee doesn't have to be... If Cutiefly was a grass instead of a fairy type, which we would know because it'd be up at the top, you could forest it.
Yeah, but the problem is just that it takes up a lot of space just for 20. I'd rather just play a potion.
Or just play 2 Jinx.
That takes up...
I mean, granted, Jinx only heals the active, but you look at this, like... you probably need to play like a 2-2 or a 3-3 line of this to make it effective. You're talking 4 to 6 cards.
Yeah.
As a 60 HP stage 1, which probably has a 30 or 40 HP basic, and then all it has to attack is a 1 fairy energy, 30 damage vanilla. Like, it's not even a colorless. It doesn't even have an added effect. Like, what do you do with this thing? And then they didn't even give it free retreat either. So it's like, I'm sorry, but no.
But then it just has no attack either.
Yeah.
So,
Next. Okay, so Kangaskhan. Alright. 130 HP. Almost the most we can have on a single price basic. I mean, Snorlax at 140 recently.
I'm pretty sure that Kangaskhan is like about to go Super Saiyan.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me.
Look at the way it's powering up. Exactly.
Oh, yes, I feel great. I can win. I can do this. But can she? Alright, so 130 HP. Cross-cut for 1 colorless does 30, plus if your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolved Pokemon, add 30 damage. If it added 30 for a basic, I think it'd be awesome. That said, I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, it's kind of like intensifying burn on Rayquaza, I guess. 30-30 instead of 10-50, but I don't know. What's the second one? Hurricane Punch, 50 times, flip 4 coins, that is 50 damage times the number of heads. Rip.
I'll take Wham Bam.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
A few missing in between Kangaskhan and Lily.
Yeah, we're missing a few here. Maybe we'll get like a Staraptor line or something. So we got Stoutland here.
My favorite red Pokemon.
Alright. Let's see.
That is a paper proxy?
Do you have... My favorite ride Pokemon is, I think it's a Jumbo.
Oh, okay.
I think my favorite ride Pokemon in the game is Sharpedo. You get to Turbo Surf on that thing. I like Tauros too.
Yes.
Okay,
but
so...
Stoutland finds me stuff.
150 HP. Ferocious Bellow does 50 damage during your opponent's next turn. Any damage done by attacks from the defending Pokemon is reduced by 50. Well, aside from the fact that you're not guaranteed to even be attacked, let alone have it be on Stoutland, if they switch Pokemon, that effect is gone.
Yeah.
It needs to be damage done to this Pokemon is reduced by 50 if you're going to do it that way. Or damage done to all of your Pokemon. Like, no, it's gross. Okay, the second attack is ass, but the name is hilarious.
Again, I'm sorry, guys. I'm an art person. I think of things visually, so I just imagine a little Stoutland.
So, alright, for those of you guys who can't see it...
Have you seen its stubby little feet?
You guys who can't see this, for 4 colorless, it does 120 damage with an attack called Hard Punch. Now... Oh! Now, I just took 120 damage. Now, this to me just reminds me of Android 16 and 17 in the Android saga, in the Cell Saga. 16, how'd you get him off me? I used one of my hard punches. That was, I mean, it's dry, but that was one of my favorite lines in DBZ. That was perfect.
Oh my god.
Alright, so that's Stoutland. He sucks. He doesn't have Sentinel, so get out of here. At least they made up for it with the humor aspect. I'm gonna be mad if they change the name of that attack. It's gonna be like Powerful Punch or something.
Young Goose is nothing, so...
He's Donald Trump. Yeah, he does 10 and 20 for 1 and 2 colorless. Alright, so what does he evolve into? Gumshoos. Yeah, oh, he's like really angry blind Donald Trump.
Where are your pupils?
That's what I was just thinking. But yeah, I don't know where his pupils are. It's kind of weird. Did you actually notice what John Sahagin did here? Evolves from Donald Trump. Okay, so what does this guy do? He's got 210 HP. Ability Inspect. Once during your turn before your attack, you may have your opponent reveal his or her hand. Shouldn't Stoutland do that?
You have a great hand. You have such a huge hand.
We're gonna build a hand. It's gonna be huge. We're gonna look at it.
I don't have tiny hands.
Okay, all things considered, I mean, like, knowing what's in your opponent's hand is good information, but I don't think that's a good ability.
No.
Flying Headbutt. Can we pine for a space between the D and the B right there? Does 100 for 3. It's vanilla. Yeah, next. Gum Chance. 1 colorless, 10 plus 50 more for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. I mean, it seems like a lot at first, but it's a GX attack, and in order to one-shot, they probably need to have at least 4 energies.
Yeah.
Next. I
don't like the name either.
No.
Gum Chance?
Just because his name is Gumshoos doesn't mean that... So, trainer... Oh, we have a Crushing Hammer reprint. Yay.
And also
actually
note
really
there are
nice.
2 spaces between Gumshoos and this Crushing Hammer.
Oh,
and
yeah,
no,
50,
like
yeah, 51 and 52. I actually do. I like the blue background with the...
Does remind me of Whack-A-Mole.
Oh, totally. Can we whack a Gumshoos?
No, it's Whack-A-Mole, so
Whack-A-Crack.
Drillbur?
Diglett.
It's a mole, right?
Diglett.
Drillbur's a mole, too.
Yeah, it is. I think. Timer Ball. What does this do? Flip 2 coins for each head, search your deck for an evolution Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Oh my god.
Oh, it reminds me of... Oh crap, what was the one?
The Serena deck. You could search for...
Oh yeah, that is
I mean,
nice.
you're gonna average 1 because you're flipping... It's like dual ball for evolutions instead of basics.
Yeah, dude, you've hardly had any.
The irony after what you said to me when we first started. Okay, Repel. Your opponent switches one of hers or her. Okay, so they get to choose, so it's a one-sided escape rope. This is Pokemon. Those of you guys who remember Pokemon Circulator, this is exactly the same thing. I mean, I guess what are you going to make Repel do? Like, I think it would be cooler if you could play it and maybe, like, your opponent couldn't bench any Pokemon during their next turn. Like, they'd have to have stuff on their bench already, or else it would be too broken first turn, but...
Yeah.
I feel like if there's a way to balance that, that would actually probably be more interesting. Rotom Pokedex.
I do like this one.
I have to read it again. Oh, for some reason it doesn't want to load. Rip. What does it do? Count your remaining prize cards, then shuffle them into your deck. Draw the same number of cards and place them face down as your new prize cards.
I really like that for when you get, 3 plasma energies prized.
Yeah. Or like multiple Magikarps and Gyarados.
Yeah.
I'm
really like
curious if this wording will stick, or if they say count your remaining face down prize cards, because that would actually be really huge. Because otherwise, you could play like Town Map and then be like, oh, I don't like my prizes. I mean, you could Ultra Ball look through your deck and decide that too.
Yeah. To be fair, most players should know the numbers in their deck, and when they do that initial search for,
yeah, you
Hoopa
should
or
be
whatever,
able to figure it out.
You should kind of be able to suss out what's missing.
Yeah, like if you take a good look, you should be able to.
Town Map makes it easier,
but I feel like
if you know your deck well enough, you should.
Yeah, I feel like Town Map is more for picking the right prizes at the right time.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you're taking a deck into a large tournament like a regional or something, you should know your entire list inside and out.
Yeah.
You should be able to pretty much, like, you should be able to, excluding card numbers, you should be able to write your entire list out without having to look at your deck. The only thing you look at your deck for is the little set numbers on the Pokemon, because they make you put that crap on there because, well, because there's different versions of stuff. But otherwise, yeah, like, this is an interesting card. I'm curious to see.
Really
I think some deck will find a way to use it. EXP share got a reprint, it looks like. Apparently now just none of these things are loading.
Nah, whatever.
Give me a sec. Okay, so there's the... Oh, jeez. So, yeah, our internet disconnected for a moment. So, there's the EXP share. If you guys want to see the Rotom Pokedex, there it is. So, next we have Alima. So, there's a few supporters here. What is this one? That looks like...
Someone with purple hair.
That looks like, who's the chick from,
Oh, wait, no, that's Lily. That's her hat.
Oh.
That's her purple hat.
Yeah,
you can see the blonde hair
Yeah,
there.
you can see, I can see it now. I was thinking that was, Madam Wick for a moment from Aether. Yeah. So, okay, so let me see. Sure, that works. So each player shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck. Then each player flips a coin. If heads, that player draws 6 cards. If tails, that player draws 3 cards.
That sucks.
It's like a worse version of Birch, unless your opponent flips tails every time. Like, I don't like it.
No. Yeah.
Professor Kooky, Professor Shirtless, or Half Naked, as they call him in the game.
I was gonna say abs, but okay.
That
whatever.
too. Professor Six Pack. Draw 2 cards. During your turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before weakness and resistance. Okay, so it's like a Giovanni, kind of?
Yeah, kind of. This was the one we were mentioning with...
Solgaleo. You hit 250 damage with Sunsteel Strike. I mean, I guess when Giovanni rotates, it's not terrible. I like Giovanni's scheme more right now, I think, just because you get the dual purpose. Like, you can draw more cards off it. But being able to draw a couple cards and do the extra 20 is kind of nice.
It's pretty situational.
It is.
So it just kind of depends on where the format ends up going as to whether it'll actually really see much play. But it's okay. It's not bad.
I would agree with that. I think that right now I like Giovanni because it's a little bit more diverse. But, like, I don't know. I'm just really surprised this doesn't just do discard your hand and draw 7, to be completely honest. I think that's what a lot of people thought.
Apparently they're done with that.
That makes me sad. Makes a lot of people happy, though, I know. Double colorless got new artwork. Doesn't really look much difference. Yeah.
You didn't do that.
I don't do hip hop. I do metal. I know. It's a song by a terrible, terrible human being who should not be allowed to be.
I want to know how that Lapras got on its back flippers to stand up.
I think in the TV show it did that on if it gets on ice or something, it can do that.
I mean, I think it's just an awkward angle,
I don't think it's supposed to be standing.
Yeah, I think it's just an awkward angle, but it looks weird.
So this
I never knew Lapras's tail was that long.
So this isn't the tail. This is the leg.
No, that.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, right underneath the weakness there. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it there.
That's really low. Yeah,
so this is just the same Lapras GX we covered earlier. It's just a full art version.
I like it.
There's going to be 2 full art versions actually. There's the holographic rare, which we'll get to.
I like that better.
Here's the Espeon.
I really like them both.
Yeah, and I like the other Espeon too. The Solgaleo. It's a gorgeous card. Well, I really like the color.
I just really like full art.
Gumshoos.
We're gonna build a wall. It's gonna be huge. Gotta stick out your chest too while you do it. Huge.
Okay, so we got full art Alima. It's actually not too bad looking. These don't appear to be texturized, is something I'm noticing. These full arts.
I have a dumb question.
Okay.
Is Alima a chick? I couldn't figure it out.
I honestly don't know. The chest design looks like a dude here, but I don't know.
But they never really. Maybe I just missed it, but in the dialogue I couldn't really tell.
Androgynous, maybe?
I'm down with that.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Someone
tell me in the comments,
yeah,
please.
Someone write that in the comments. Okay.
I'm too lazy to Google it.
And then we got Professor Six Pack here. Full art. Actually looks really cool.
Sycamore's better.
I don't like the Sycamore full art.
I don't like you.
You know you love me.
No.
Really?
How Sycamore
right,
is my favorite professor.
Okay. So then we got the holographic rare Lapras, which is the same art as the full art, but see these ones are texturized now.
No, it kind of reminds me of the silver Dialga that they did. Yeah.
I mean,
and
like
then
these
the Russian Ram and Zekrom Gold.
Except instead of being silver and gold, and this time they actually, it looks like it's this, like, for anyone who's, like, I know this game is considered sacrilegious to the Pokemon community, but for anyone who's ever played Yu-Gi-Oh, if you've seen a ghost rare, that's kind of what this reminds me of.
Except you can make out what the picture is.
Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah, like, the early ghost rares, I think if you could angle them and stuff.
It's really hard to tell from the picture because of the way the flash is.
Like there's the Espeon. See there's a better look. There's a better look at a holographic rare right there.
They're so
beautiful. Got like little speckly stuff all over it. Like that's a gorgeous card right there.
Oh, you're so pretty. Who's the pretty princess?
Oh God. And then the Solgaleo, like look at that.
I don't really care for that one.
I like
the Espeon best.
So I guess this explains why the regular full arts weren't texturized, is because these are the texturized cards. Like you can clearly see it, the metal symbol, the card, like the other ones too. And yeah, they're the same design as the full arts. But
why do I gotta be a rainbow?
Alright, and then this is the bomb that dropped on everybody on Verbank.
You've all heard about this by now.
The gold secret rare full art Ultra Ball. This is the first time we've seen a full art item card, to my knowledge, in the Pokemon TCG, and so gold Ultra Balls, the ones from Plasma Freeze, for those of you guys who don't know, are like $200+ per a piece. That's not going to last much longer. I still think the PLF ones will be a lot more expensive than these ones will. But you're definitely going to have some people who are going to choose these because they're either more affordable and or because they just flat out look better. I mean, this is sweet. Like, I can't even... Like, I'm a longtime Black and White series Ultra Ball art enthusiast, but I love this design. This is so cool.
Eh.
Okay. Then our next full art item...
I love the artwork on it. I just am not sure if it deserves to be a full art. I don't know how I feel about full art items like this Rotom. Pretty boring. It's the exact same artwork.
Can we please just have a freaking gold double colorless already? I've been pining for that for a while now. So I don't think this one is really based on its effect. Like I don't think the card's bad, but I don't think it's deserving of a gold full art.
Well, like, it's Rotom Pokedex. They had to.
I mean, I guess they're just sticking with items that are within the set. Maybe that just would imply that Ultra Ball reprint will be in this set. Maybe we'll see it down below. So that's the collection Sun half. We're gonna go into collection Moon here, and Pinsir. We're gonna start with. Oh, that's a jumbo card again.
Mm-hmm.
So 110 HP. We got 2 colorless for Sky Throw. Flip a coin if heads. Return your opponent's active Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your opponent's hand.
Dude, you see the broken log in the top left corner there in the picture?
Yeah.
He's part of the mini game.
Oh my God, he's from a Clear Cut Challenge. Yes.
Dude,
that's amazing.
What you can't see is not pictured. Some other Scythers, maybe a
Pinsers,
Scizor.
Maybe a Scizor. I like this first attack though. Flip a coin if heads. Return your opponent's active Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your opponent's hand.
Yeah, I like it. I don't really like flipping.
Well, I mean, you put like and
it is a way to balance
an expanded
it, of course,
format kind of thing, like where you could manipulate that flip with either Trick Coin or more likely Victini. But just the fact that you could
take prizes. I'm a very aggressive player.
But just like I am too. But just the fact that you could Lysander up something that you're not able to kill, something that they worked really hard to put into play, and just send it back to their hand.
Well, you could Lysander their shaman and then send it back to their hand.
That's terrible. I had $1 for every time someone tried to Lysander my Primal Groudon. Holy crap.
Again, we have 2 missing in between.
Yeah,
Pinsir and
that
Grubbin.
second attack on Pinsir is just 2 grass for 50. It's nothing special. So
and Grubbin is Grubbin.
Yeah, it's just 2 colorless. Yeah, we use it to get Vikavolt. So Fomantis we don't have. We do have Lurantis GX, which this was revealed a little while ago. I actually do like this card. I used this Lurantis on my playthrough from Moon version. Never again. Its attack is awesome, but it's a glass cannon that is very slow. Glass cannons need to be fast.
Well, yeah.
So we got Flower Supply for 1 grass, which is really good. It does 40 damage and allows you to attach 2 basic energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon however you like. To itself, to your bench. You can go 2 to the same. You can go 1 somewhere else. No limit on what types. Just has to be basic energy.
Yeah.
I mean, this is stage 1. This isn't tough to get into play.
It kind of reminds me a bit of Thundurus.
See, I was thinking more Mega Manectric. Only lets you go 1 and 1. Like, it's a stage 1. This time you don't need a link, and it has the same HP. It just doesn't have the free retreat, but it's got more attacks.
Yeah.
So you got Solar Blade for 2 grass and a colorless. Does 120 and heals 30. It's meh. And then you
Probably
have
not gonna use it.
Chlorosize GX, which does 50 damage times the number of grass energy attached to this Pokemon. So you could use the first attack, load up a bunch of grass energy, and if they, because you have 210 HP, survive long enough to get like a 250, 300 damage attack out of that. I mean, the one energy cost is a little misleading, I think. But the other thing to remember with these cheap GX attacks is that you could use Mew EX to copy them. Granted, it would still be your GX attack for the turn, but it's another way to kind of, like, I wouldn't use it for this one, but it's another way to kind of use stuff like Solgaleo, for example. So Morlul is not there. Okay, but it's evolution. Shinotic, however you say that.
I haven't even seen one in my game yet.
I've seen them. I don't know if they're version exclusive or not.
It looks like a creepy... Do you remember the episode of Simpsons where they thought that Mr. Burns was an alien? That's what it looks like.
Okay.
I bring you peace. Peace and love.
Okay, so, let's see. Ability, Luminescence. Evanescence? It's like the exact opposite, but... So, Luminescence, you can use this ability once per turn. Search your deck for a grass Pokemon, show it to your opponent. Okay, so it's like Dragon Call, it's like Gabite. Like...
Oh, so it's like Force a Giant Plant still sucks.
Oh my god. Yeah, because you put this into play and then it just searches for your next thing, and you can just forest this, because guess what? Morlul's a grass type. So...
Curse you, Forest.
So, I mean, it would take up extra deck space, but, like, if you were running enough stuff,
it's a way to help make sure that you get your darn Vileplume, or, what other grass type you're trying to do.
The Serena, or certain grass-type GX that we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting to say the least. Wavering Spore for grass and a colorless, 30, sleep, yeah, whatever. I like the ability. There was a Sunflora that had that exact same ability. Might have been called something else, but... back in the Heart Gold Soul Silver arc.
I doubt it was called Luminescence.
Yeah, I doubt it too, but whatever. It had the same effect. So, we got Bruxish here. This is a 110 HP basic, isn't bad. Vivid Charge, 1 colorless. Is this the one you told me? Oh no, this is energy.
Yeah.
Search your deck for up to 3 basic energy, reveal them, and put them in your... Okay, never mind, that's not that special.
Amber is the color of energy.
Amber is the name of my Incinerar on my game. So then we got 2 water and a colorless, Psychic Fang... Psychic? Is it like half Psychic type in the game? Someone answer that down below.
I guess. I don't know.
So
I think it's
90 damage, and it's just not affected by any effects other than weakness and resistance. Yeah, it's a pretty ugly Pokemon. I like Wishy-Washy. So we got Charjabug, we got Vikavolt. This is another glass cannon that could use more speed. How the heck does this thing have 3 retreat? It's a freaking electric mosquito. Come on.
I think it's more of a beetle. Look at the mandible there, man.
The mandible, yeah. You're lucky I've watched Bones. I know what that word means. Alright, so what does this guy do? Strong Charge, its ability. Once during your turn, before you're attacking, you search your deck for a grass energy and a lightning energy and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like.
That's nice, because that's an ability.
Yeah, and, I mean, it's a stage 2, but it's got 150 HP, it's bulky, and you just sit it on the bench and use it to charge stuff up. I mean, I actually think that's pretty solid, yeah. Given the ridiculous retreat cost. That's a bug! I don't care if it's a beetle or what, it should not have 3 retreat.
Does the retreat cost bug you?
Oh my god. Put your hashtags out, people. Bad joke of the day. Then it's got Electric Cannon for 4 energy. It's 1 lightning, 3 colorless for 150. Discards 3 energy. Oh, no.
I like
That's
the ability,
bad.
though.
I do like the ability.
And again, we have a missing spot here.
Yeah,
which I forgot to mention between Bruxus and Chard.
Yeah, because you know that's not going to be the first one because that was a grass type up above.
Yeah.
So, if we got Alolan Grimer, which the way this is scanned, it looks like a fairy type almost, like the color. But obviously this is psychic. They actually did a pretty good job with the art. Let's see. So it does poison, insta poison for free, and then tackle for 4. Okay, whatever. So Alolan Muk. All right, this is where we want to get to. Ability: Power of Alchemy. As long as this Pokemon is in play, each player's basic Pokemon in play and handed in the discard pile have no abilities.
No.
It's Silent Lab. This does not need a Pokemon tool like Garbodor does.
No.
They don't have to. I mean, like, yeah, it only works on basics, but we're already having problems with a lack of tool removal, and you're gonna do this? The only positive I get out of this is that it takes away stuff like Shaman, but usually that stuff's played on the first turn. I guess you could Wally it into play. Yeah, 4 retreat. Lol. Okay. Oh, here we go. Alright, so we got Lunala GX here. Alrighty. So, that's a lot of energy this thing needs. So, like Solgaleo GX, this has 250 HP, and damn right it's weak to Dark. It has a quad to Dark and to Ghost in the damn video game. Thing's a beast, though. So this thing has Psychic Transfer. This is another card that got revealed a long time ago. Psychic Transfer is Aromatisse for Psychic Energies. It lets you move your Psychic Energies from one of your Pokemon to another as much as you like during your turn. Been there, done that. Had a slice of cheesecake when I was done.
Ooh.
It was delicious.
You didn't get me one?
You had one with me.
Okay.
So for a whopping 4 Psychic Energies now, it does Phantom Ray. That is a ridiculous cost. 120 damage. The defending Pokemon can't be healed during your opponent's next turn. Exactly how many decks right now play healing effects that are actually relevant?
Pokemon Center Ladies, all I got.
Max Potion. Not very many decks play it. I mean, like, I'm not counting Olympia because people play that to switch. And if you do play, like, can you play an Olympia after this? Do you still get to switch? Like, that's a ruling I'd actually be curious on. But I don't think anyone's using that attack.
No.
Lunar Fall GX, on the other hand, for 3 Psychic, knock out one of your opponent's basic Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon GX. I like that one. I mean, it had to be basic because otherwise it's broken, but I still think it's pretty damn powerful. Having access to the ability to just move the energy over there, use Lunar Fall, take something out, and then move the energy right off of there, you know?
Yeah.
I like it.
Let Hoopa have it.
Jeez. Yeah, we'll use, what is it? Hyperspace Fury. Snipe for 100. If only it did 110. Alright.
How are we going to judge this without rock and roll on Boulder?
I don't know.
The Boulder is confused.
The Boulder is conflicted about what it does. Alright, so we got a Fighting and a Colorless for Rock Cannon. Does 50 times. You may discard any number of fighting energies attached to any of your Pokemon in play. 50 damage times the number of cards you discarded. No thank you.
That's not too bad because you don't have to discard it from Gigalith itself.
But it's a stage 2.
No one's really going to use it. But
160 HP is cool, but it's not that cool.
I'm just playing devil's advocate
okay.
here, okay?
And Rock Tumble, 2 fighting, 2 colorless, 120, no resistance. That's not enough damage. Alolan Raticate.
And there's a space between Gigalith and Rattata.
Yes, there is. There's a few spaces, actually. 31 to 35.
Yeah.
There's 3 cards that are missing. So, Alolan Raticate, let's see. Dark Design for 2 colorless. Search your deck for a number of cards up to the number of Pokemon on your bench and add them to your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. This might as well say your opponent must play an N next turn.
Yeah, Skyfield.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you could be searching 5 to 8 cards with that.
Skyfield mofo.
I would like to know how Raticate has 3 retreat.
Who needs computer search? You got.
I don't know.
They also,
apparently Alolan Raticate is a lot bulkier than regular Raticate, because the Raticate we just got in Evolutions had 60 HP. This has 120. That's more than Raticate Break. Of course, this thing can't Break Evolve, so you can't, take 120 down to 110 by breaking it.
Yes, you guys, I'm so strong. You're strong, I am.
And then the second attack you add a dark to the double colorless and you do 60 plus flip 2 coins, 30 more for each head. That does not sound like Endeavor. No, I like the first one. Alright, we got Umbreon GX here.
Surrounded by fire.
Apparently. I don't know, maybe it's in the wormhole. So we got Strafe, 30 damage for 1 dark. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Shadow Bullet for dark 2 colorless, 90, 30 snipe. So it's Night Spear. For with it's double colorless compatible Night Spear. So it's a stage 1. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I like it.
And then
cool.
Night Cry, 1 dark, 1 colorless. Discard 2. It's a GX attack. Discard 2 energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon in play. So you get to pick 2 energies on your opponent's board and discard them. It's disruptive. I don't know if it's worth a GX attack.
Yeah,
but then again, it'd be broken if it wasn't. So I don't know.
I'm thinking no.
Yeah, I mean, like,
current
you could
format.
maybe, like, if given that it's a stage 1, I'm not sure. Like, you could maybe try to find a way to make like Sableye Garb use this. That's about all I'm getting out of it, though. And even then, I don't really know. So we got Carvanha's, nothing there. Sharpedo, okay, he's a dark type again, just like he always has been since the Plasma one was water, I think. So we got Rough Skin as the ability. If it takes damage while it's active from your opponent's Pokemon, 3 damage counters go to the attacker. And then Aqua Impact for dark, colorless, 60 plus, the stack is 60 damage plus 20 damage times the number of energy and the defending Pokemon's retreat cost. Where's that, what was that thing that bumped up their retreat or whatever? I guess you could try to do something fun there.
BDIF, yeah. Wow, no retreat.
It's free retreat, yeah.
That's cool.
So we got the Dragonite line here.
Got 2 missing in between.
Yeah, we do. 40 and 41. Okay, so first thing I see right here is a fat energy cost and a 200.
I love it. Read it.
So Dragon Wave, well, we got 160 HP. It's pretty bulky for retreat. Missing the fighting resistance. Grass and a Lightning. So a Vikavolt charge up. For 130, discard a Grass and a Lightning. Alright, and then for 5 colorless, it does 200 on a Tails Fails attack. Flip a coin of Tails, it does nothing.
No.
Couldn't it just be like discard 3 or 4 energies attached to it or something?
No. No thanks.
Sad. That's bad.
No,
We got
thanks.
Tauros GX.
I love you, Tauros.
All 3 attacks cost 2 colorless, so it's very deuce friendly. Rage does 20 plus 10 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So it's like Unova Dragon Outrage. Horn Attack just does a vanilla 60. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's
I mean, like,
kinda
Rage is
boring
cool
for a
with
GX.
180 HP. Mad Bull GX does 30 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon. So it's like Dark Rush, but bigger and more damage and bigger body. It's kind of underwhelming, though. I don't really think I like the card. I love the art.
I love the art, too.
It's even got the rock smashing going on like it does in when you ride it in the game.
See, because I was thinking Sharpedo. I'd like to see that breaking a rock.
Yeah, that'd be cool, too, because it's...
But instead he's
underwater.
Diving.
Yeah,
he's
that's
diving.
sad.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's kind of let down. So we got Oranguru next, which they chose to make off the normal type rather than the psychic half. So we got the ability Lead, which once during your turn, you can draw cards from your deck until you have 3 cards in your hand.
Yay.
I mean, Octillery gets you up to 5. Granted, this is a basic with more HP, but...
It saves you from an N, but...
That's about it. Yeah, it saves you from an N to 1.
I'd rather have a Sycamore than an Oranguru.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. Like, I mean, I feel like there's going to be some deck that's going to try to use this, but I just don't like it right now.
It's not enough cards.
Psychic does 3 colorless, 60 plus 20 more times the number of energy on their opponent's active. So it's like
not bad.
It's like the Espeon GX, but a little less powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some trainer reprints here. We got Energy Retrieval. We got a new trainer. We got Big Malasada. Where's How just munching down on it? Isn't that like his thing?
Yes, I hate him.
What is a Malasada? Like, I don't even know. This looks like a donut.
I had been wondering too, and I was just gonna say I'm glad to see the artwork because, yeah, I guess it's like a donut.
I thought it was a salad. I just thought it was like a Hawaiian way of saying salad or something.
I don't know why, but I always pictured like a curry.
Huh.
Malasada curry.
See, I just thought it was like, because like ensalada is Spanish for salad, so that's kind of where I got my idea from.
I have no idea.
I don't know. So this heals 20 damage and 1 special condition from your active Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's better than a potion. Like, you heal 10 less, but you get the status con.
Rip Ice Beam GX.
That's the first time I heard you say rip. Unless you were accusing me of saying it too many times. Alright.
I'm just trying to be hip and down with the kids.
Right. Alright.
Am I cool yet?
You always were. So, Nest Ball. I actually really like this card.
I do too.
It's an item that lets you search your deck for any basic Pokemon, and I love that they said and put it on your bench as opposed to in your hand. That keeps
really
people from
good with
spamming Shaymins and Hoopas.
No, dude, you use it for Hoopa and Shaman.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you mean just like we bridge it, just like we bridge it for them. Yeah. We got New Art Switch. Not too much different from the XY one.
It's Blucky.
Poison Barb, that's a new one. It's a Pokemon tool. When the Pokemon this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an opponent's attack, the attacking Pokemon is now poisoned. I mean, I guess if you have Verbank, I can see that being really good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's nifty. Not something I would go crazy to play, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We got Team Skullgrunt. Oh, it's a big picture. A little pixelated. Okay, your opponent reveals his or her hand. You may discard 2 energy cards you find there. Situational, very much so.
You have to do your critique by talking like Team Skullgrunt.
That's like all this street punk crap. I don't really do that. I feel like I would mess it up anyway because I don't really remember verbatim how they talk. I just know they're just a bunch of street punks. Oh, hell no. Yeah, see, I can't.
That was awful.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Remind me never to ask you to do that again.
Alright. We got Lily. This one is actually not that bad. So you draw cards from your deck until you have 6, which is basically Bianca from the Black and White arc. If you use this card on your first turn, however, you draw up to 8 instead.
My question for this card... Is Nebby in the bag?
I highly doubt it.
I mean, she looks pretty ticked off. I'm gonna guess.
I'm guessing Nebby is running
along
along that bridge and it's about to collapse.
Oh, it's about to get attacked by Spearows.
Yeah, and then Tapu Koko is gonna come in, and your character's gonna rescue Nebby, and Tapu Koko is gonna save you both. Really sad to see Tapu Koko didn't make the set.
Maybe next time.
Rainbow Energy looks exactly the same. I like the Heart Gold one, honestly.
Yeah, the hollow one. It's pretty.
We got Full Arts. We got Lurantis GX here. I don't think there's anything too special about that. We got Lunala, who looks awesome.
Yeah.
Umbreon, he's pretty cool. I like him. I wish he was shiny Umbreon, though. We got Tauros. I like him. I actually like the regular art more, though, because it's smashing the rock. Tauros is 100% male. You want a female Tauros, go find a Miltank. That's exactly what Miltank is. Got the Full Art Skullgrunt, which this is cool. Yes, this one I really like. Even the chick is she's like Mrs. Spock going on here. Live long and prosper, yo. It's like gorgeous card.
That's not how Live Long and Prosper goes.
I know it's like this.
Okay, just making sure.
We can't make Sheldon too mad now.
I really liked that one.
I like the Lily too.
Why are you so pissed, Lily?
I don't know, probably because.
Why are you so angry, Lily?
Cares?
It bugs me. She's a shy little flower in the video.
It's because Nebby's not in the bag.
Damn it, Nebby. Get in the bag.
We got some holographic rares here.
Mm.
It's funny, instead the HR was the rarity, so like Water Pokemon Master posted on here, maybe hyper rare. I was like, no, look at the card. It's a holographic rare. I do like the Umbreon a lot. Yeah. It's got the same hollow pattern behind it that the Espeon had.
I thought the Espeon had dots. Aren't these triangles?
Are those triangles?
Yeah.
I'm blind.
You are. You should wear your glasses.
Stop. We got a gold Full Art Nest Ball. That one I like. I think that card deserves it.
I'd probably rather have the Ultra Ball down.
Oh yeah, definitely. Then we got the gold Full Art Switch. See, gold Switch is already a thing. Like with Ultra Ball, it didn't really matter because it's Ultra Ball. With Switch, I don't think that needs another gold. I mean, you can make the case for Versus Seeker, but I don't think Versus Seeker should stay in the format. More on that another time. And then we have a gold secret rare Psychic Energy. Why?
I kind of like it.
I actually, this is actually my favorite secret rare that they've revealed.
I tried to tell myself that it was frivolous and pointless.
No,
but
this is my favorite secret rare, and this is my favorite secret rare of the 5.
Yeah.
My guess is if they're doing basic, why they chose Psychic is because of Lunala, which means you'll probably see a secret rare Metal Energy when they finish revealing Collection Sun.
That's what I was.
The Solgaleo.
Yeah, I was totally gonna bring that up.
And this just more increases my point, pushing of my point. Can we please get a gold double colorless?
No.
Stop it. This is also what the, this is like, take away the shiny aspect, obviously, and the gold border, but this is what the new basic energies look like in the set, which I actually really like. I like the sparkly stuff around them and all that. I think it looks really cool. And then we have the Decidueye, Incinerar, and Primarina GX starter decks, which are also a part of the set.
Yeah.
So, Rowlet here. It's just like, I think there's a 70 HP promo Rowlet, which will be the one people will play.
Roll it, roll it, roll it.
You see me roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it.
They hating, patrolling, they try to catch me.
But I am so wide and nerdy because I play Pokemon. So, Dartrix. What is this? Sharp Blade Quill? I like the name, but it's just a colorless. Oh, it's just a 20 snipe. Okay. Yeah, whatever. The attacks are irrelevant. Let's get to the important card. Decidueye GX. Alright. This might just be my favorite card in the entire set. So, this card... I have already... When this card was revealed, I instantly tried to start beginning to build a list for a turbo deck for this. One for standard and one for expanded. That's how crazy I think this card could be. It definitely needs a deck built around it, and it is all about its ability, Feather Arrow, which says that you can use this power once during your turn. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and place 2 damage counters on it. No cost, no condition, does not have to be active, is not when you play it from your hand like Golbat. It is just simply drop 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon when you play this card. Its entire evolution line, much like Serena and Lurantis, is also a grass type.
Dun, dun, dun.
Precisely. Cue the Forest of Giant Plants. Expanded, cue the Super Scoop Ups. Both formats, cue the Devo Sprays. You have yourselves a Turbo OHKO deck right now. And that's also why the GX attack on, what was it, Espeon, the one that lets you place 10 damage counters?
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I've foreshadowed to this
Yeah.
a couple times because you're going to play Forest and a whole bunch of, like a giant ball engine. You're going to play, you can play Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, all this stuff. Like whatever, Level Ball, I don't care. And then you have this guy who, sadly, it does not have a 3 retreat for Heavy Ball, but that'd be a conflict of interest. But to the point, you spam this guy's ability. You get 3 or 4 of them out, just like Shiftry did. You drop 20, drop 20, drop 20, drop 20. Devo Spray, drop 20. Devo Spray, drop 20. Super Scoop Up, drop 20. And if Super Scoop Up does return to standard, it's just going to make this crazier. This is a stupid card that, obviously, like I said, the deck's got to be built around it, and your opponent can probably beat it by starting with 2 huge basics. But otherwise, my God, if they start with low HP basics or only 1 EX even, you run like the Latios EX that can attack the first turn. If you go first, you can clean house with this sucker. And if you don't get it on turn 1, you can just drop all your attacks or all your abilities again on turn 2, which is something Shiftry couldn't do. So this, I think, mitigates the loss of trump card more than something like Shiftry did. Granted, it's not as donk likely, but it still, I think, has a ton of potential. So be on the lookout for a Decidueye GX deck ahead of the set's English release, as I will no doubt have probably come to a list for one, if not both formats by then. Maybe thinking Georgia Regionals, if I manage to make the trip, would be a good time to record that. That'll be in January. Not sure yet. And then you got a pretty worthless regular attack, Razor Leaf. Grass 2 colorless, 90, whatever. Hollow Hunt GX, though. I like this one. For 1 grass, put 3 cards from your discard pile back into your hand.
I'm gonna take
this is super Sableye. Take 2 or 3 Devo Sprays. Pew, pew, pew! I mean, also in Expanded, you could run Sableye in the Decidueye deck and just retrieve your Devo Sprays every turn. I mean, it's so silly, all the things that this... I I don't know. Maybe it will flop, but this card just seems like it has too much potential for it, for it to be a flop right now. Crazy. So anyway, we're gonna get past that now. We're gonna go on to the Litten line, my chosen starter of the game. Yeah, he's whatever. I do like Torracat's design. I think the best of the line. I like him. But then we have the big bad Incinerar. Thank God he's not a fighting type.
I think he's just taking an explosive poop.
Damn it.
Or, I don't know. It's either that or he's going Super Saiyan. They both have the same expression.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's what I always thought when Goku goes Super Saiyan. It's like, God damn. Did you just eat Indian food or something? Just shit out a volcano? That's nothing they haven't heard. Okay, so we got Hustle Blow for 1 fire, which does 10 plus 20 more for each fire Pokemon on your bench.
Every day I'm hustling.
I guess as a first attack, it's actually pretty good.
No, I think it's pretty decent.
Tiger Swing for 3 energy does 80 plus flip 2 coins, 50 damage more for each heads, so you're going to average 130.
Yeah, that's not too
So
bad either.
maybe. Not great. Burn Slam, however, GX for 200 burns them. You do 200, you do not discard any energy, granted it is a single-use attack. So, again, I'm kind of on the fence there. I wish it did, like, 230, 240, even if it did discard a couple energy. But, like, overall, nowhere near as crazy as Decidueye, but I still like it. 250 HP is nothing to scoff at, even on a stage 2. And then we have the starter that nobody likes. I'm going to get a whole bunch of comments saying that they chose Poplio and that I suck. But whatever. It's actually
just gonna
cute.
lose all your subs.
It's actually, yeah, pretty much. It's actually cute, but I don't know. Like,
I
don't like
Poplio,
what they
I don't
did.
like the other two.
Brion, I don't like this stuff on its head. I mean, this attacks are worthless. They're vanilla and confusion. Primarina, like, this just looks like a blue Reshiram. The way it's posed. Like, the Pokemon itself doesn't, but the way it's posed, it totally does.
Card actually.
It actually looks nice.
Pretty good, actually.
It actually looks really nice.
Considering I don't like the design of the Pokemon,
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, they actually did a real good job with this artwork. So, Primarina, let's see, 250 again. Bubble Beat for 2 colorless. 10 plus 20 more for times the amount of water energy attached to all of your Pokemon in play.
That's really nice.
Now, granted, Blastoise instantly comes to thought here, but for expanded. But you're talking about 2 stage 2s, and like we're not going to Archie that. Well, I mean, I guess we can Archie that consistently to be real, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to stick with Keldeo. Ocean Sound for 4 energy does only 120. Discards an energy attached to any one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's nice, but I don't think it's worth the 120. Or I mean, I don't think it's worth the 4 energy only doing 120.
Wow.
And then we have Grand Echo GX. Heal all damage from all of your
Wow.
So it's a base set Pokemon Center. And this is a double colorless, mind you. We don't need any water energy to make this happen. Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
I'm waiting for some stall deck to make that a thing. I mean, it's got 250 HP. Like, play it in Wailord.
Totally.
It's like a 1/1/1 line. You're only going to use the GX attack a single time.
Yeah.
You could do, like, what? 50, 70 damage with the first attack? Because if you have enough Wailords on the bench? I don't know. So here's Morlul. I wonder if this is the same one that's in the set. Probably, based on the way these things have been going.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Growl.
So we got the Growlithe here.
Aw, you're so cute.
80 HP, take down 3 energy, 60, 20 to yourself. Whatever, we just evolve them into Arcanine.
This
Torkoal.
one's not complete.
Yeah, we don't know entirely what it does. We know what Scorch for 1 fire does burn. We don't know if it does any damage. 2 energy for Body Slam. We don't know how much damage that does. And then you flip for Paralysis. So that's whatever.
That is the same Bruxish.
Yeah, this is the same Bruxish we already saw.
It's the same artwork, too.
Yep. So we have Makuhita. 80 HP, whatever, Tails fails, and then 40, but it needs a fighting.
What a wonderful phrase. A Makuhita.
Okay. This is the same. This is the same Kangaskhan. Yeah, we got Nest Ball again. We got Potion got a reprint, so we have a new art on Potion, which looks like all the other ones.
Yeah.
Rare Candy reprint. With all those Stage 2 GXs, the 2 legendaries and the 3 starters. I still think the hole on Phantom's Rare Candy looks the best.
It's strangely angular.
Yeah. I also really like the Japanese Heart Gold Soul Silver one, which is different from the English one. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. Like, Bulbapedia search it or something. It's pretty cool. Let's see, Repel Switch, we've already seen.
Fish,
Timer Ball, we've seen. Ultra Ball.
Deuce.
Alright, and then here's just the common fire energies, you know. Just kind of get a look. It looks like they don't have the sparkly stuff.
Yeah, I was about
on
to say,
ground,
so it's the shiny image, but no sparkles.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not gold, but otherwise, you know, like, I'd like to see, hopefully they do reverse hollows of these energies in the set as well. You know, so you have, like, the secret rare of the one energy, you know, unless they want to do all of them in the same set, which would be just ridiculous, given that there's already 4 other secret rares revealed. But I could definitely see, you know, just, like, putting the rev hollows. I think they should definitely do that. And then we've got related promos here. Togedemaru.
Too cute.
Let's see. Defense Curl for the point of heads prevent all damage on his next turn. Discharge 1 lightning. Discard all lightning attached to it 30 damage times the number of energy you discard. I mean, with electric, maybe. But I still think there's better cards you can use. This one is just the Pikachu promo that was given out at Target. This is notable because it's a 70 HP Pikachu. So I would say, I mean, unless you're that attached to Nuzzle or Agility, I would say this is your go-to Pikachu for Raichu Circle Circuit decks for now.
That Young Goose is the exact same artwork as the other one. I guess
Yeah,
because
I'm pretty
it's
sure it
hollow
does the same thing.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, the promotional release is foil. We have Rotom Pokedex, again, it's the same thing. Serena's just a different artwork, same card. I think I like the other one more. I don't really like this one. The other one's like...
I would say the other one as well, but I do like this one too.
The other one's just like, bitch, please. Vigavolt just straight up looks like... You know what this looks...
Again.
This looks like Gradius, that old Konami game or whatever from like the NES or whatever it is. Like, I think they actually made a Yu-Gi-Oh card out of it. But it was like an old arcade-style space shooter video game. So, that's actually what this looks like. And then, okay, we already got Flying Pikachu. Mimikyu, I believe, is in... I believe it's... I don't know if this is, like, starter deck package. I think in Japan it was, is what it was, like the Sun and Moon starter pack. So, Curse for 1 Psychic just puts a damage counter somewhere. Or on your opponent's active, okay. Astonish for 2 colorless. Choose a random card in your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals the shelves in the deck, okay. No weakness, no resistance. The fact that it doesn't have a weakness is actually really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have easily given it the dark weakness. Although, no, actually they couldn't because it's half fairy type. Dang.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it was a fairy type card, it would have had the metal weakness. But given that it's ghost or psychic based off the ghost half, wow. Okay.
Does fairy resist ghost?
I don't know, but the ghost types on the cards are never made weak to ghost. I mean, they totally could do it, but that's because they'd be weak to themselves, which is what psychic types are depicted as being weak to psychic because of the ghost half that's also included in psychic types. So that's everything we've got revealed right now. I'm going to go back up to the top here and just refresh Pokebeach and see if maybe anything else. No, nothing else so far has been revealed. We did also see that a How Full Art is a promo release. A Full Art How card will be given out at specific retailers to anyone who purchases a booster box of the upcoming Sun and Moon Strengthening Expansion Pack on January 17th. This, of course, is over in Japan. We don't know what the supporter card does yet, but will probably leak soon along with the rest of Collection Sun and Moon. My guess is the regular art will be in the set. We just don't know it yet. I would have said it's just going to draw 3 cards, you know, Chair and Tierno, but since the new supporters, the Professor and all that, aren't doing the same thing, I'm actually curious. So for those wanting information on the collection that it comes with, let me see where we can find it. Grass Starter Set Fire. Okay, those are the, yeah, alright. New TCG merchandise. See, I gotta actually find this darn thing. I want this box. It's a premium trainer box. I just like the artwork on it. Sun and Moon Strengthening Expansion Pack will be released, I guess it's 27th here. Like many concept packs, will be comprised entirely of holo cards. Some of the cards will be reprints from the starter sets, rest will be new. 51 total cards in the set, not including secret rares. Each pack comes with 5... So they're implying that there are going to be more secret rares in there. Wow.
Yeah.
Each pack comes with 5 cards, one of which is a holo energy card. So we probably will get the foil energy, the Rev Holo energies, because my guess is that's what this is in Japan. So yeah, hopefully we get it. And then special sets featuring the Alolan starter Pokemon. So this is probably the Precon decks with the GX starters or something. Okay, so pretty interesting stuff. I mean, they're definitely going all out here, so I'd expect the English set to be pretty massive, and probably some of these cards in the side sets to be held out until the second Sun and Moon set. But this is neat, so a lot of cool stuff coming our way. Like I said, I totally want this box. I don't even care what's in it. I just want the box. Although that's a dummy image, so I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, Sun and Moon on the way, and so that is what we got for you today. It's interesting, always fun going through new cards. If more stuff comes up that is really relevant, I'll try to do a follow-up video, touch base with you guys on the remaining cards, at least the relevant ones. But for now, that is the Sun and Moon leak for the first Sun and Moon set, or Sun and Moon base as we'll probably end up calling it. And I'm Heretic. That's Mari. Okay, there we go. And we will catch you guys next time. So, cheers.
Hard punch.
I used one of my hard punches.